Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the cabin. In this video, I want to talk about what it really means to have a place like this, a remote off-grid cabin. This is sort of a follow-up to a previous video I did where I gave a tour of the off-grid cabin and I mentioned that what I am and am not trying to do here. And I said that, I'm not trying to live like it's 1800 here. I'm not trying to live in the past. I live in today's world. And, if I can take advantage of, a modern technology or whatever, then I do that. And that doesn't mean that you're not living in a cabin or you're not living off grid. That has nothing to do with it. And if you think that it does, then you're totally missing the point of what it means to have a place like this. So let's get into the video. All right, I put a little fire on. You guys that follow my channel, I like to cook outside over an open fire. And tonight I got a little treat. I got some buffalo. I don't have a lot of it, but I got a couple little pieces of buffalo. It's been about a year since I've had it. I don't get it very often here down east, but every once in a while I get a hold of some, and I really enjoy it. So at the end of the video, we're going to put that on the fire. I love it. I love just sitting here by the fire, at the cabin, outside. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. It's so peaceful and quiet. I can't hear a thing except the crackle of the fire. And that's the way I like it. So back to the topic at hand. I've been thinking about this video because I've had a few comments on my channel, not too many, but a few. I've seen comments on other channels, and I've even heard some other YouTubers who have cabins and so on, who say, it's all about what is it really to, it's not a real cabin unless. So this is kind of something I wanted to address because it's not right. So here's some of the comments that I'm seeing. It's not a real cabin if you can drive to it. That is so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. How else am I supposed to get here? You gotta get to your cabin somehow. It's only a real cabin, if you walk or take a horse? That's just ridiculous. Even Dick Prenicky, how do you think he got to his cabin? He flew there on a gas-powered airplane. And there's nothing wrong with that. He had to get there somehow. And before anybody says, yeah, but Dick never left. Well, that's not true. From what I understand, Dick did leave the cabin several times a year. He went to town. He stayed there for, I don't know exactly, I think it was weeks at a time. He built things. He earned some money. He got supplies. Then he flew back to the cabin. Sometimes he flew down to the lower 48 to visit family. Nothing wrong with that either. You got to travel somehow. So he flew. I drive. Another comment. It's not a real cabin if you've got solar or a generator or any modern conveniences. Oh, completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Again, unless you're trying to live like it's 1800, which I'm not, that doesn't make any sense. Now, there are people who do. There are channels and so on, and people who want to live like it's 1800, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what your thing is. I find it interesting. I watch some of those videos, and you know, there's nothing easy about living like that. It's definitely roughing it, but you know, that doesn't make it a real off-grid cabin or not an off-grid cabin. By the way, off-grid just simply means you can have a house that's off-grid. Off-grid just simply means that you're not connected to the power grid. You don't rely on the power company to provide you with power. You provide your own power, and that's why I have solar here. I have solar, and I produce my own power, and I also have a backup generator because I want power. So if your thing is to huddle around an oil lamp at night, there's nothing wrong with that. I prefer a light bulb, and I produce my own power to get that light. Nothing wrong with that either. So if you think that's what a real cabin is to live like it's 1800, you're missing the whole point. Another comment. It's not a real cabin if you have a tractor. Well, sorry, I do have a tractor. I'm one of those people that have a tractor. Why? Because I don't want to own a horse. I like horses, but I don't want to own a horse. A tractor is just a modern equivalent of a horse. It's a tool to me. It's something that I use to help me live. That's it. Oh, that fire feels nice. Anyway, another ridiculous comment. It's not a real cabin if it's not made out of logs. Okay. You know, again, I mean, that doesn't make it a cabin or not a cabin or anything else. It doesn't matter whether it's made out of timber frame or logs, or whether it's made out of you know, it doesn't matter if it's an old trailer. I mean, I know lots of people who have different setups, and there's nothing wrong with that. That has nothing to do with it. I know a guy who lives about 8 or 10 miles away. Oh, he's a rough old bird too. Nice guy once you get to know him, but he has a piece of land, and he lives in the woods, and he lives in a trailer, and not a big one. I'm talking about one of those old 80s style trailers that you haul behind a car. It's not very big. I mean, you can barely turn around in it, and it's all powered by propane. You know, propane fridge, stove, heat, lights. And he has a few birds. He has some chickens and some turkeys that he keeps, and you know, he has no power. He reads a lot. I don't know, it's not for me, but you know what? He's 100% happy. And that's all that matters. He's happy. It doesn't matter what he has. As long as he's happy, who cares? And I know other guys, you know, who have, you know, real nice cabins with, you know, all the modern conveniences, indoor plumbing, indoor toilet. Boy, that'd be nice. Definitely be nice when it's 30 below. But anyway, you know, that doesn't mean that it's not a cabin. It just happens to be a really nice cabin. So there's all kinds of it. What I like is the uniqueness, because everybody has a different idea of what their cabin should or shouldn't be. And here's the point, guys. It's all about freedom. That's what it's about. It's about being free. Being here right now in this place, I am as free as I can be. Nobody knows or cares what I'm doing. And I don't care what anybody else is doing. I I am as free as I can be here. Look around. There's nothing. There's no one. This is when you're at your place, your cabin, whatever you have, you're the king and you are free. And that is the point. It's all about freedom. And I think anybody who probably has a place would agree with me that when they're there, you know, where else can you feel this free? I don't think there's any place. This is freedom. Well, guys, that's my take on it. To me, it's all about freedom. And I think everybody's free to do whatever they want. Live however you want. Be whoever you want. Whatever makes you happy. If you want a cabin built out of logs, go for it. You want a cabin built out of stones, go for it. You want to live in a trailer, go for that too. Whatever makes you happy. It's all about the freedom. Definitely leave me some comments below, guys. Let me know your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. Doesn't matter. It's all good. I love hearing other people's opinions. So drop me some comments below. Tell me what you think. Anyway, I'm just going to let that fire burn down a bit. Get some hot coals, and then we're going to throw on that buffalo. So stay tuned. Okay, this is buffalo or bison, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it delicious. Now, I don't have a whole lot of it, but it is what it is. That's all I have. Buffalo is a very lean meat. It's low in fat, but high in protein. All right, guys, I got to talk fast because my battery's dying, and I am losing daylight real fast. I can't believe how early it's getting dark now. Anyways, if you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, and all that other good stuff. Don't forget those comments below. Now let's try this buffalo out. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, is there any better way to live than this? Remember, guys, it's all about freedom. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon back here at the cabin.